Hello and welcome to this week's video. My name's Alex, I'm the founder of Pushing Back the Shadows. So, I wanted to just tap into this concept that has been going through my mind for the past couple of weeks about change and perception. Okay? Have you ever had somebody tell you that you've changed? Probably. Because it seems to happen to the best of us. A classic example would be where, if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and that, where in the second film, Gandalf and Bilbo are talking, Gandalf kind of looks at him and he says, "You've changed, Bilbo Baggins." You know? That kind of thing. So, why am I talking to you about this? Well, I've had somebody tell me that I've changed. Okay? Now the reality, because this is a bit of an ongoing problem that me and my family are facing at the moment, the problem is I'm not actually the one who's changed. Maybe it's just a perception who's changed. And I have got this on other authority. I'm not just saying I haven't changed because, burying your head in the sand denial. No. Like Cheryl, for example, has told me that it's not the case. But anyway, so people will look at you and they've already built up this kind of idea of who you are, whether it's a preconception or whether it's they've got to know you and this is who they think you are, but they will have an idea of who they think you are. Okay? And sometimes something will happen where you then break that idea. Now, it doesn't have to be something majorly out of character, like you find a magic ring in the mines of Moria, or wherever you are, and, the ring speaks with the voice of Sauron and starts to corrupt you ever so slowly. No, not that. Although it would be useful to have a ring that could turn you invisible. But it can be something small, you react in a particular way that's out of character, or you reveal that you've got a mental health struggle, and suddenly things like this, they can change people's perceptions. Now, my answer to this is kind of twofold. Because on one hand, we're exactly the same person that we've always been. Aren't we? Yeah, just because you add in the label depression, anxiety, bipolar, BPD, whatever, we are the same person we were before. Because do you know what? The day of diagnosis, even, if we want to go that far back, the day that we were diagnosed, if we tell you then, on that very day, we're still the same person we were the day before. Because chances are, to get to the point of being diagnosed, this has been building up and building up and building up. Because I dare say it creeps up on you like that. It's a little bit insidious in that way. Because it doesn't just hit you like a sledgehammer. But that's something people forget, that we are still exactly the same person. I'm still a son, a brother, a stepfather, a friend, a crazy person who tells terrible jokes. But people forget that, and then they say we've changed. But then you come to situations like the one I've just mentioned, and I'm being told that I've changed. Whereas actually, I've been in similar situations before. I've seen how people have let me down. And so maybe, just maybe, what I'm doing is putting up not barriers, because that's the wrong word, but putting in safety nets for myself. Making sure that if it does go horribly wrong, I'm protected. My mental health isn't just suddenly kind of going to nosedive. I'm making sure that I take those steps to look after myself at the same time. And yeah, okay, that might seem colder, might seem harsher, but sometimes we have to look after ourselves and our own mental health and put it above all the rubbish that's happening in our lives. You think about, say, the boss who's really grinding at you, or the fair weather friend who only turns up when it suits them, or the son or daughter who only ever visits because it's convenient, because they want something. Or the parents who are constantly on your back. You think of all those people who are wearing you down. You're going to put up a little bit of something to ensure that you're looking after yourself as well. For some of us that means distancing ourselves. For some of us that means, talking a little bit less. For some of us that means actually stepping up and going, yeah, no, cut it out, this ain't right. And people will say that we've changed. But have we? Or are we still the same person that we've always been? So my challenge for those of you who are looking at somebody and saying that they've changed, try looking a little deeper. Because maybe they haven't changed at all. Maybe they're doing something to protect themselves, or maybe they're actually trying to just give you that bit of a push to get you going in the right direction. Or maybe they've told you something new about themselves, a mental health diagnosis, or some other fact that they didn't know about you, or you didn't know about them rather. But they're still the same person, just discovering another side to them. So have a think about that. See what comes to mind. Have they really changed? Or have you? If you like what we're doing here on this channel, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and also if you want to find out more, you can go to www.pushingbacktheshadows.com, where we have all the other information and everything else that we do, fantastic posts, we've got our podcasts that we run as well, and much more. All the support that you guys could possibly want if you're a friend or family member, if you're somebody struggling with a mental illness, or if you just want to find out more. So don't forget, like, subscribe, visit us on Patreon if you'd like to support the work we do, and visit the website. Everything that you need to know is right there in the description.